Hello and welcome to today's webinar, How Technology Can Turn Your AWP Program into Success, presented by Krishna Kumar of O3 Solutions. So here's just a look at what we're going to be discussing today. First, we'll have a safety moment, and then I'll introduce KK and give you a little info about who O3 is. He'll start off with a myth on how technology cannot aid AWP, and then he'll walk you through the importance of introducing technology, specifically how to, and then the benefits of doing so. And then we will show you a few case studies on how this has been done successfully. And then we'll hit the key takeaways. And if we have time, we'll have Q&A. And then I'll provide you with some resources that you can follow up with. And as a reminder, you can submit your questions throughout today's webinar via the GoToWebinar chat. There should be a little button over on your control panel where you can submit a question, and then we will get to those at the end today. And you will also receive a copy of today's recording as well as the presentation slides. So here's a quick safety tip. As a lot of people have started back to school, some common things that may seem obvious, but just always important to keep top of mind, especially with kids that walk or ride their bike to and from school. If you're driving, you always need to share the road, especially with young pedestrians. Never block the crosswalk. In a school zone, when flashes are blinking, always stop and yield. Always stop for a school patrol officer or crossing guards. Take extra care to look out for children in school zones. Don't honk or rev your engine to scare a pedestrian, and never ever pass a vehicle stopped for pedestrians. Always just use extreme caution to avoid striking them, whether they may be there, whether you have the right of way or not. And then just a quick stat from the National Safety Council. Most children who lose their lives in bus-related incidents are 4 to 7 years old, and they're actually walking. So just always be mindful and pay attention to who's on the road, and especially in those school zones. Okay, so here's a quick look at who O3 is. We are the market-leading agile software built specifically to support advanced work packaging. We're the only solution on the market with true work package management, no matter the size of the project, from small cap to mega projects. O3 is scalable and can support your AWP maturity journey. And this is KK. He is a O3 project manager. He manages projects within Asia Pac and Middle East, Europe, and Australia. He has 17 years of experience in oil and gas, marine construction. He's got a mechanical engineering degree and an MBA from IIM Code, and he's worked at O3 for the past 2 years. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, KK. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Tori. And welcome everyone to the webinar, How Technology Can Turn Your AWP Program into a Success. So let's basically bust some myths. So the first myth that we are probably having is that technology cannot aid AWP. So what are the common misconceptions as far as technology and AWP is concerned? The first and the foremost one is that introducing newer technology will delay the AWP process as people will take time in adapting. Another myth or another misconception is that newer technologies can be complex in nature and it will be difficult for a non-technical person to learn the technology and implement it. Third misconception is that newer technologies are costly and will increase the cost of the AWP program. There is another myth, which is manual process of AWP is better in day-to-day reporting and for day-to-day activities than introducing technology, which will make reporting process more complex. And finally, newer technologies will need my existing AWP process to change a lot. Now, we'll be busting all these misconceptions on our way throughout this webinar. So going to the next slide and introducing technology to all of you. So how will you introduce technology? First of all, let's understand what is technology. Technology is a mirror and a magnifier. If you add the most advanced cutting-edge technology to a slipshod organization, it will only amplify the disorganization. Now, add the same technology to a company that has embraced advanced web packaging, and you will be rewarded with unparalleled growth and efficiency. You need the AWP methodology definitely, and it needs to be correct. But then, if you want to drive it effectively and efficiently, there comes technology. Now, how to do it or how to select a technology? There are X number of steps for that. Choose a technology which does not require your AWP process to change. Choose a technology which can scale your AWP process. Choose a technology which will return the cost and give you profits in no time. Choose a technology which makes day-to-day project reporting simpler and which can act as a single source of truth. Introduce technology on a project as early as possible. We always recommend you to introduce it during FEL2 or max to max FEL3 stage. Even later stages in construction, it can be introduced, but it won't be as fruitful as you introduce it in FEL2 or FEL3. Now, provide detailed training to all core users so that people adapt faster. Introduce change slowly over a series of multiple projects. Well, let's look at some benefits of introducing technology. Now, technology and the process information management really is the glue that holds everything together on an AWP project. Utilizing digital online data visualization to enhance your project status is now no longer a luxury. It's now a necessity if you want to be on top of day-to-day decision making. In today's world, the ability to analyze critical metrics and measure your project performance through various KPIs without restriction is an incredible important driver of project success. Now, what are the benefits? Technology helps to scale AWP. Day-to-day reporting and work becomes faster and convenient. It also saves you 10% of the total installed cost. Now, standardization becomes much more easier when you are leading with multiple projects and over a global level. It also acts as a single source of truth which you can go and check and take in your data. Data visualization becomes easy with the right technology. Now, what are some other benefits? Technology improves greenfield project performance but by up to 25% in cost savings than with non-digital AWP. 33% less time is wasted in lieu of labor when AWP is managed without right technology, or with right technology. 33% time is less wasted, and if you do not have the right technology, 33% time is wasted. Improve safety performance with the right technology. That means you will have zero lost time accident reports if you properly implement the technology, which will give you a better understanding of what is coming up as far as safety observations and safety metrics is concerned, and it can help you with zero lost time accident reports. Now, schedule performance increases by 20% as there is more visibility. Now, let's have a look at how it will be that AWP process with technology, how it looks like. So the key success factor in setting up the software is that our information management system, who is the project management team, have an acute understanding of the data and the formats that are required. Now the team interface with the engineering and procurement teams early in the project to ensure that we have the right data and the generators of data know that we expect them to deliver it. What are the outputs of this particular process? The first output is that you can access work schedules in real time. How do you know if your AWP project is on schedule? PMs need the ability to view both planned and actual schedule data, as well as drill down into specific work package detail to see progress as well as the constraints. Now, another output, leveraging global activity loads. Not only do you need to know what everyone is working on, but you need to know which task your team is working towards. In order to accomplish this, technology project management tools are evolving to become scalable with more global functionalities. These abilities include importing existing action item, providing multiple filtering options like company, due date, user group, discipline, urgency, priority, etc. Now, won't you like to manage and track deliverables? Databases are becoming more sophisticated where everyone can log in and view the information quickly and easily in these databases. PMs have the ability to create different approval categories with permissions when you're utilizing these databases. What's even sexier is being able to configure the auto status for documents after they are approved or rejected. Now, how about going digital fully with meetings? How much time are you spending in pre and post meeting items? Technology is now giving project leaders and managers more mature data libraries that provide real-time project data. One of the more common challenges we hear from customers is having to work with multiple spreadsheets with little to no collaboration. Now, all those updates can be imported into easy to view and shareable dashboards with just a few clicks in O3. How about automating your goals tracking? Is that possible? Are you on track with your project goals? Is everyone else on your team on track too? What if we told you that new technology tools gives you the ability to time action items and plans with each of the goals? More importantly, you can see the progress towards a goal based on a measurement of your choice, and all of this is fully automated. Overall, these trends are gravitating towards a common theme: global team access with information visibility for all team members. And if your current agile project management tools don't provide that, then we are here for you. With O3, you can track all your project goals with perfect reporting like never before. Now let's analyze some case studies wherein we have implemented this for multiple projects that in a portfolio as well as for a mega on-build project. So the first case study is implementing advanced work packaging on multiple projects in a portfolio, and how an owner gained visibility and supported accountability with advanced work packaging tools in the second case study. So let's look at this particular project where we implemented advanced work packaging on multiple projects in a portfolio. This was a chemical facility with a portfolio of small cap projects, 13 projects approximately. And 80 million DSE was the total install cost for the 13 projects combined. Some of these projects were 15 million and some was 3 to 5 million. And these were done in parallel as well as in series. What were the challenges that we faced or the client faced? It is difficult to track project progress and goal performance and ensure AWP success across multiple projects manually. The another problem that the client faced before using O3 was the lack of visibility into each project, creating chaos and confusion because reports were not standardized, access to data was varying, and project team members varied in AWP maturity. Now, what did O3 do? As you can see, we introduced on-build to this particular project where they could start using installation work packages. As you can see, the main highlights of on-build is we'll have a very good cross-project reporting. We had an executive management individual level dashboard. So the executive management dashboards was used by the management team, and individual level dashboards were used by the daily construction team to manage their own data. Data management to highest level, work package management and tracking, constraint management, and it also supported all work package types, including construction work packages, construction work areas, installation work packages, test work packages, and scaffolding work packages. Now let's have a look at the results. So the first and the foremost results that the client had was they were having a quick startup on all the projects. Templates in O3 allowed users to quickly apply configured settings to new projects, including automated approvals, constraints, and developmental steps. Second advantage or the second result that the client got was repeatable and consistent process. Work package developmental steps ensured a repeatable and consistent process for building the work packages. It reduced the manual effort. Automated approval and constraints took the manual effort of assigning approvals and constraint to work packages by a personnel. Instead, it was applied automatically. It also improved the visibility. Default dashboards gave various stakeholders a view into the data they needed to make critical decisions. Previously, they had to scamper around for this report, that report. That all was happening in O3 as a single source of truth in a single dashboard. As you can see, we have wide varieties of dashboards which will give you a lot of data. This one shows you the AWP volumes for separate disciplines like concrete, piping. You can see the constraints, which all disciplines have constraints. What are the constraints by priority? Which all disciplines, which all priority you should be tackling the constraints. If you look at the CWP, the constraint work package release and blocking items, you can know what is the total number of CWPs, what are the number of constraints open in the CWP, what are the number of approvals open, what is the status of each particular CWP, who are the responsible contractors, etc. Now, how about a construction war room meeting where it's very, very urgent and you need to have all the data? Look at the IWP progress curve chart, which will give you a very good indication on how the IWP is progressing over a time period. And how about the AWP master index sunburst? This will give your management team a very good idea of number of construction work areas, construction work packages, and installation work packages. And if you drill down or you click on any of those bars over there, it will further drill down to the particular construction work package. And if you click on that construction work package, it will further drill down to a construction or installation work package, and you will get all the data required if you further click on that. So every particular data at a single click at your doorstep, that's what we give. Well, let's look at the case study number 2, how an owner gained visibility and supported accountability with advanced work packaging tools. Let's have an overview of what this project looked like. So it was a sulfur refining capital expansion brownfield project in Singapore, and it was approximately 1 billion TIC total installed cost. It was a modularized project, and the particular client had a construction-driven engineering journey historically. What were the challenges that we faced? Multiple contractors on the project were using disparate spreadsheets to manage work packages and identify constraints. Each contractor had its own system and format and only shared updates with the owner periodically. Basically, there was no standardization, and which was causing a huge problem for the owner as well as the EPCM. What happened? In comes O3. Now look at this particular GIF. You can see that we can do sequencing also in O3. So this is a CWP sequencing, and later we'll go to IWP sequencing. So if you want to change the sequence of an IWP, you can do it in O3 then and there using our Gantt view. So what was the solution that the client took? They implemented O3's on-built workplace planning software at job site. And what were the highlights of the software that they used? They had owner visibility dashboards, installation work packages, management approvals and workflows, which clearly showed owner, due date, and priority. They had delay tracking as well as RFI tracking, which ensured that all delays and RFIs are taken care. Rules of credit were applied to installation work package through execution tasks. Progressing and earned value tracking was applied. Look ahead reporting was there. Constraint management was applied to this particular project, and task management across stakeholders. Now, what were the results after implementing O3? You will be surprised to know there was unprecedented visibility, provided real-time access to reporting on work package status, and open constraint across all the contractors, a single data repository. Each company had a segmented view for the specific work packages and constraints to identify and mitigate the potential issues. So each particular contractor was able to work on specific work packages, and there was confidentiality because contract was applied, and each particular contractor could only see their work packages, while the owner had the chance to look at all the work packages and constraints. Historical record maintained a full account of status changes and approvals by a company and a user. Data standardization created a standard process across contractors for work package creation and constraints, ensuring consistency and accuracy. And there was better collaboration. We used project level dashboards to share one view of the construction progress across all the stakeholders. Look at the installation dashboards. We could manage IWPs, we could know how the constraint count was on the IWPs, what was the actual versus planned durations, what are the different statuses, IWP status by the construction work area, and of course the IWP Skyline report, which showed what was completed, what was started, what was issued, and how many IWPs are there with constraints. Next one is as you can see, this is an electrical hours curve which showed the electrical hours curve for different contractors. Planned hours, actual hours, estimated hours, and earned hours were provided through this dashboard. And finally, the IWP progress curve charts, which gave a clear indication of what was getting done over the month. And we could actually make this more effective by even having a weekly progress reporting or weekly progress curve chart. So this can be basically edited, and you can have a yearly progress curve chart or monthly progress curve chart or weekly progress curve chart or a progress curve chart from a time period to a time period. So all that is possible in O3. And what was the results? The current status of the project is that the project is on schedule, nearing completion in September, with 15 plus contractors using the system, 500 plus users, 8,000 IWPs created and managed in O3 with graphical work packaging and 3D and 4D visualizations, 95,000 constraints managed in O3, approximately 10 million USD saved over the lifespan of the project with usage of O3 by managing and scheduling IWPs and manpower in a better way and managing constraints in O3. Why 10 million for a 1 billion project? This was applied only in later stages of construction. If they had applied it in FEL2 or FEL3, easily they would have hit a 50 million USD savings. Now let's look at the key takeaways. Selecting the right technology is an important step to ensure AWP success. Technology not only helps to make your AWP program a success, but also makes it cost effective. With the right technology, AWP program can be scaled without changing process or people. Using O3 will ensure that you have the right technology with the right people to make your AWP program a success. With that, you can submit the questions to Tori via the GTW control panel. I pass it to Tori. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all that great information, KK. So with that, we'll just jump right into questions. Again, reminder, you can submit those via your control panel. So first question looks like, what is one of the biggest challenges that you faced while implementing O3, and how did you overcome that?
Great question, Tori. Uh, Change management with people is one of the biggest challenges. People are set in their own ways, and sometimes it's a challenge to make them adapt to new software or a new technology. So it was always change management that has been a biggest challenge for us. People often think that if they adopt a new technology, they'll have to change their existing ways, their process, how they work. It will increase their work, and technology will just make things more complicated. So there are a lot of misconceptions when change management occurs in an organization. Now, how do we overcome this challenge? Is by understanding how people go about doing their jobs. So in O3, we do conduct workshops and communicate with people. Next is to come up with a plan to show how they can do the same work in O3, but more effectively and faster. Finally, in the workshop, we will demonstrate to them the work that they normally do can be done in a faster, less complicated way, of course, keeping the process intact because we do not want to touch them, saving them a lot of time. After seeing the benefits, everyone would love to use O3. And again, we do not stop there. We set them up in a training environment where they can play around and see how easy their work becomes in O3 and the visibility that they get while using O3. This hands-on activities coupled with training will ensure that they adapt easily to O3. And more importantly, we want our customers to be happy using O3. Thanks, Joey.
Okay, great. Here's another question. What are the advantages that a management team will have if the project uses O3?
Again, that's another great question. So greatest advantage. So I'll pick three main advantages. If I'm talking about advantages, I think one webinar won't be enough because we have so many advantages. But I'll pick three advantages. So the greatest advantage is visibility. We can have a single reporting dashboard showing everything pertaining to the project. The team will not have to scamper through multiple documents to get the data that they're looking for. The team can understand the status of each construction work area, construction work package, and installation work package at a single click. Now, 3D and 4D visualizations at the model will provide excellent data visualization, which will be work package status visualization, constraint status visualization, component material status visualizations, execution task progress visualization, and even you can see scheduled start delays in 3D and 4D visualization. What is better than what you can view with your own eyes rather than having hundreds of reports where you are just typing in? You could visualize it in O3. Now, the second advantage is the ROI. So ROI is up to 10% of the TIC is what we say if it's implemented as early as the feed stage. Though we recommend to start using O3 as early as FEL2 or pre-feed stage. Even if it's FEL3 or the feed stage, we can ensure that you get about 10% of the TIC as your return of investment. Now, final one. Owners, EPCs, and contractors can all be brought under a single window under O3. And O3 will be the single source of truth for management team and for the entire project. Restrictions to data access by owner, EPC, and contractor can be applied in O3, which means that data confidentiality will be there to the highest form. And O3 is SOC 2 certified. So your data is absolutely safe with us. Thanks, Tori.
Great. So that looks like we have time for about one more question. Let me see. So what if we do not want to use all features of O3, but use O3 to manage work packages, but some other processes happen in another system?
Okay, so that's absolutely possible in O3. O3 not only helps to create and manage work packages, but if you have existing project information stored in another software, we can bring the same into O3 through imports using a flat CSV file, and the actual drawing can be added as an attachment, and the actual drawing can be brought into O3 through BIM 360 integration. Or if the particular software is API driven, just like O3, O3 can possibly do an integration with the software and bring in data automatically. We have clients who use other systems like Econex and Asai to store and manage documents and drawings and would like to do the same in those systems. But they also want the drawings and documents to be viewable and visible in O3 to associate them with the work packages. Now, O3 is able to integrate with this and make the documents per drawings visible and viewable and downloadable in O3. What does O3 do? O3 communicates with the system as per the frequency the client wants. Yes, we can set the frequency in O3 and can change it as per your requirements. And bring the drawings and documents from your external third-party software into O3, including metadata, and make it visible and downloadable in O3. This in turn means that O3 still remains a single source of truth and the construction team just need to access O3 to get access to drawing or document they need, though it is stored and managed in another software. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, well, that is excellent, KK. We are about out of time, so that's all the questions we'll take for today. So if you have more, I encourage you to reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about today's presentation, as well as anything about O3 in general that we may not have covered that you'd like to learn more about. Or you can learn on your own by visiting www.o3.solutions. We've got a bounty of information, including case studies that you can download, past webinars that you can watch, a video suite, or video library all about our solution suite and features and on-demand demos. And then you can always just connect with us on social media, especially follow us on LinkedIn to never miss another update. And then we send out a monthly newsletter as well with just what's going on in the industry, from events to new content and information that O3 is publishing. So again, you can contact us. You can email KK directly. His email is right there. Or you can visit our website and submit a form online, and we will be happy to answer any questions or provide any other type of feedback. So with that, I will leave you for the rest of your day. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for KK for presenting today, and have a great day.
Thank you, Tori, and thank you, everyone. Have a great day.